Guys, Brady here, and this is gonna. I saw only 50 movies this year, which is a very low number. I like this. I try to see at least 80. No, not 80. Maybe 70 movies, but I don't know. Like I just didn't go to the movies that much. It's not because this was a bad year for movies. It's just that I wanted to go to the movies, but no one was willing to go with me. So I missed out on movies like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Nutcracker in the Four Realms, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Um, I missed out on Robin Hood. I missed out on a whole bunch of movies. I missed out on Green Book, which is a movie I really wanted to see. Um, Missed out on like movies that I wanted to see that were good and movies that I heard were terrible, but I still wanted to see because I was still interested in them. A la Robin Hood and Nutcracker. So since I saw 50 movies this year, I'm gonna split it down the middle and do my top 25 best and worst. So yeah, so starting from starting with my best movies of the year, number 20 at number 25 is The Commuter. Um, this is one of the first few movies I saw this year. I think it was the second movie I saw this year. Um, I really liked it. It's a thriller that takes place on a train, starring Liam Neeson, and it's directed by the guy that does like all these other Liam Neeson movies like Nonstop and Run All Night, which I thought was pretty good. Um, and I think The Commuter was a fun action thriller. A movie that I've been wanting to see again, just haven't yet. But I will get to it soon. I'll see it again soon. Um, this guy's next movie is a Disney movie, which is weird. He's known for directing like these like realistic like crime, not crime but action, realistic looking action thrillers, and he's doing a Disney movie. Same with Guy Ritchie. He's famous for doing like gritty crime dramas, and then he's doing Aladdin. Makes no sense to me, but anyway. And then at number 24, Skyscraper. I really enjoyed this movie. People compared Skyscraper to Die Hard. I compare it to Towering Inferno because it's about a building on fire. Um, or it's a disaster movie taking place in the building or whatever. Not really a disaster movie, but you know what I mean. I think it's more Towering Inferno than Die Hard, but that's just me. 23, Isle of Dogs. Um, I really enjoyed this movie. I think this is one of the last movies I saw with my grandfather, who unfortunately passed away 2 months ago. One of the last movies I saw with him in theaters, um, and I really enjoyed it. I like. Is it stop motion? Is it claymation or stop motion? Either way, the movie looked beautiful. I like the way the movie looked. Um, 22 is Love, Simon. I didn't see this movie in theaters. I saw it in I saw it at my friend's house who bought the movie, and he's like, "Oh, you got to see Love, Simon. It's one of my favorite movies of the year." I was like, all right, fine, I'll see it. And I liked it. Didn't think it was as great as he said it was. It did have some good moments. I thought that was she the principal or was she the guidance counselor of the school? I think she was a principal. She was probably the best part of the movie, or at least one of my favorite parts of the movie. Um, all of her scenes were hilarious. Um, 21 is Black Panther. Um, a movie that I liked. I loved when I saw it in theaters, and then I bought the Blu-ray and I watched it again, and I didn't think it was as good as I remembered it. But yeah. Number 20, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Um, I know Teen Titans Go gets a lot of bad rep. Um, I remember I was on a cruise with my friend last August, and the only channel they had on the cruise was Cartoon Network, and so we were stuck watching Teen Titans Go, and we were like laughing our asses off at how funny Teen Titans Go is. Um, it's just so fucking random, this show. Like I never really. He was a Teen Titans fan. I didn't really grow up with Teen Titans. I didn't really grow up watching Cartoon Network. But we were just like, it's pretty much like Family Guy for kids in a way. That's how I see Teen Titans Go. That's my take on it, at least. Number 19 is Bad Times at the El Royale. Um, a movie that could have been better than it was. I was expecting a lot more, but I don't know. Just the whole it's a period movie. I like movies that take place in like different time periods, like the 50s and all that. Or this, I think this movie takes place in like the early to mid, late to mid to late 60s. And I just love the music and I like the way the movie looks. Other than that, the movie is okay, but it's high on my list for reasons like that. I don't know. Number 18 is First Man. I wanted this movie to be way higher on my list, but it's at the number 18 spot. I was expecting so much from this movie, and it was good. It was a really good drama, but like I just wish that the whole moon landing scene was a lot more impactful than it was. It's like, oh, they landed on the moon, and it was just like they were like there for like a few minutes, and then as they're on the moon, Neil Armstrong was like having like flashbacks of his family, and it's like I want, like, why are we seeing flashbacks of his family? Like, just go back to the whole them exploring the moon. Like, why have these flashback scenes? It just kind of sucked me out of the movie. That's what I mean. Like, it made it less impactful with those stupid flashbacks. But still, I still enjoyed it. I'll buy the Blu-ray when it comes out. I think it's in a couple weeks, 2 weeks. Number 17 is Deadpool 2, a movie that I like more and more every single time I watch it. Like, I didn't think it was as good as the first movie when I first saw it, and then I've seen it maybe like 5 or 6 more times after I saw it in theaters. That I own the Blu-ray. I've seen it like I've seen it like at least 5 times, and I think it just gets better and better. Deadpool 2. I like it more and more, and I think the way the movie looks, the movie is shot better than the first movie. The jokes are a little bit better than the first movie. I don't know, like a friend of mine who I also went on a cruise with. You may know he's Grand Moff Josh. If you don't, I've done videos with him. But he did not like the first Deadpool at all. He always talks about how much he hates the first Deadpool, but he loves Deadpool 2. And I love the first Deadpool, but I think Deadpool 2 is now better than Deadpool after watching it so many times. Like, okay, these jokes are good. Everything about it, I think something about the cast is just, maybe it was Josh Brolin which made me like it more. I don't know. But I just love Deadpool 2 a lot more than I first initially saw it in theaters. Number 16 is A Quiet Place. Interesting concept for a movie. Wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. But, I don't know. I hope the sequel is a little better. Number 15 is Vice. This is from the director of advertises from the director of Big Short. It's Adam McKay. He also directed those Will Ferrell movies, Anchorman, Ricky Bobby, Other Guys, Step Brothers, Anchorman 2. But yeah, he started doing like biopic type drama movies lately, with his first being The Big Short. And The Big Short was so fucking funny. Like, except for like the last half hour, which kind of like became dull and serious. Like, it was just like a laugh a minute movie. Like, and then like Vice comes out. I was so excited to see Vice, and the Vice wasn't as good as Big Short. I was really expecting so much from this movie because it was advertised as a black comedy, and I like black comedies. Like Wolf of Wall Street is a black comedy. I guess you could count Goodfellas as a black comedy. In a way. But I don't know, like, the movie felt more dramatic than it was going for. Like, I was expecting like a drama movie, but with like comedy infused in it. There wasn't much comedy infused into the movie and that's what kind of bummed me out. But I still enjoyed the movie for what it was, just not as good as I was hoping it would be. And that goes for the next one, Aquaman. I've heard so many great things about Aquaman, and people were saying that Aquaman was like so much fun. It was there were some really fun moments in this movie, but I didn't think it was as great as people said it was. Um, um, Although there were two really fucking funny scenes in this movie. I'm not gonna spoil it, but if you've seen the movie, you probably know what scenes I'm talking about. Um, yeah, and James Wan solidifies himself as being probably one of the best artists. He can do anything. He can do uh, an action movie. He can do a superhero movie, and now he can also do like horror movies and shit. And yeah, number 13 is Upgrade. Um, really over the top gory movie. Well, not too gory. There was like one or two. There was like one or two very graphic scenes, but that was pretty much it. Interesting concept. On like the whole revenge tale. Number 12, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. A lot of people give this movie shit, and I understand why. I for one love the Jurassic World movies, I think Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a lot better than Jurassic World. I didn't think Jurassic World was all that great, but Fallen Kingdom I think is a superior movie in my opinion. It's not as good as Jurassic Park. Don't get me wrong, it's not as good as Jurassic Park or even Jurassic Park 2. Jurassic Park 2 also gets unnecessary shit, and I love Jurassic Park 2. But I enjoyed it. I'm sorry. Number 11 is Venom. A movie that I love a lot. I love the whole like it's just so cheesy the movie like when Venom wants Eddie Brock to jump out the window and he's like I'm not and you just see him walk up to the elevator and he presses the button and Venom's like pussy. That was just so fucking funny. I saw it with a friend of mine, a different friend of mine, and we were cracking up at that scene. Number 10 is The Predator. Another movie that gets a lot of shit. I think The Predator is such an underrated movie. So underrated. I thought the movie was action-packed. It was funny. I love the characters. Keegan-Michael Key was really funny in this movie. So was Thomas Jane. Olivia Munn was really good. I walked in there thinking I was going to annoy her because that I was going to be annoyed by her, not annoy her. I thought I was going to be annoyed by her because of the shit she said like a month before the movie came out. She was saying all these things. And I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to enjoy her character just because Olivia Munn's been kind of like, she seems like a real bitch sometimes. But I loved her character in this movie. Her character added a lot and she had some funny moments as well. But yeah, like I don't know, like what she was saying. She wasn't even saying anything about. Well, she said something about the movie, but what she was saying something about like one of the actors is like a sex offender or whatever, and they had to cut the guy out, and then all this other shit. It's just like it almost. I don't know, just how she was describing all this was just almost maybe turned me off from seeing the movie. But yeah. Anyway, number 9, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I really like this movie. I think certain aspects of the movie I think is a little bit more. It's a lot more better. I mean, it's a little better than the first movie. I love the action in this movie. I thought the comedy was really good in this movie. And the addition of Randall Park in this movie, he was really good. I like Randall Park. If you guys don't know who he is, he's Kim Jong-un from The Interview. And his character in this movie is just so funny. Like, he plays an FBI agent. Number 8 is Incredibles 2. Number 7, Halloween. I really like this movie. I really do. I haven't seen all the Halloween movies. I've seen like Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween, the original, Halloween 2, the original. I've seen like bits and pieces of the Rob Zombie 2007 remake or reboot, and I've seen this movie. I had the box set. I should watch it. I should continue watching them, but I don't know. Maybe someday. Number 6 is Ready Player One. Really, really good movie. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. If you read the book, you may not like it as much as the book. A friend of mine who read the book, and he was pretty much bitching to me about how different the movie was from the book. It's like, oh, they changed this, they changed that. Like, oh my god, like, shut up. Honestly, it's a good movie. He's literally the only person I heard that does not like Ready Player One. The only person I heard that complains endlessly about it, or not endlessly, but whenever I bring it up, he just starts complaining about it. I'm like, dude, if you read books like Jaws is nothing like the book at all. And Jurassic Park, I heard is like a very bloody, very gory book, and the movie is kid friendly as all hell. So, film to book adaptations, they're always going to take liberties, no matter what. And, yeah, whatever. Number 5, Avengers: Infinity War. A movie that another movie that I watch and I like more and more. I just love the dynamic between Tony Stark and Chris Star-Lord's character, Mr. Lord. No, it's Star-Lord. Just call me Star-Lord. And then like the banter between Doctor Strange and Tony Stark is also really funny. Who just saved your magical ass? Tony Stark is great. I hope he gets rescued in Avengers Endgame, which is a stupid fucking title. When I think of Avengers Endgame, I automatically think of Ender's Game, and I don't really like Ender's Game at all. Number 4, Bohemian Rhapsody. Really good Queen biopic. May or may not go up for nominations. I hope it gets nominated for some Oscars. Rami Malek, or Malik, I don't know. I thought it was a really good Freddie Mercury. I remember when this movie was first being made, it was going to be called Mercury, and it was going to star, what's his face? Sacha Baron Cohen. And it's been in development forever, and then Brian May didn't like what it was going. Brian May was like, oh, this is like, he kind of wanted to make the movie like a lot more like Sacha Baron Cohen wanted to make like a darker version of this movie, like explore Freddie Mercury's like drug addiction and all that stuff. And Brian May thought that was like a little bit too dark. He kind of wanted to make money on this movie, and so they pretty much like fired, or not fired, but they pretty much were like, we're gonna recast him, and they replaced him with Rami Malek. I didn't think Rami Malek looked anything like Freddie Mercury. I thought Sacha Baron Cohen was such a good pick for Freddie Mercury because he kind of looks like him a bit. But seeing Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury in the movie, like, oh yeah, okay, I could see he kind of looks like him now. But I kind of wanted to see Sacha Baron Cohen's take on Freddie Mercury, but I guess we'll never see that. Number 3, Creed 2. At times, I think Creed 2 is a little better than the first Creed. It's darker. It has a different tone. It has a different feel to it. I mean, not a tone. It just feels a little different. That's what I like about certain sequels, like when sequels have like a different feel to them. Like, it's not like a rehash of like the first movie, like Die Hard 2 was. Number 2, Overlord. This movie was balls to the wall insane. Like, I fucking love Overlord. Like, when the Blu-ray comes out, I'm gonna buy it like first day, or I'm gonna try to buy it first day. I saw this movie as a screening in IMAX, fucking IMAX, and it was like a treat because I was not expecting the screen to be in IMAX, and it was a treat to see in IMAX. It was just wow. This movie just like pretty much grabs you by the balls and doesn't let go until like the very end of the movie. And you're just on the edge of your seat, and I loved Overlord. Like, I want to see it again, but I think it's already out of theaters. I don't think it did too well. It should have, but whatever. And number one is Mission Impossible Fallout. I saw this movie twice in theaters, and I saw it again the other day with my parents. I had the Blu-ray somewhere. It's right up there. Is it? Yeah, it's right there. Right somewhere in the middle over there. But yeah, I loved Mission Impossible Fallout is my favorite movie of the year. I think the movies get better and better within each installment. If I had to rank Mission Impossible movies, it'd be Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Mission Impossible Fallout, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible 2. That's my ranking of the movies. The action in Fallout is good. The comedy in Fallout was really good. This movie had a lot more comedy in it than the first, than Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation was like a serious type movie. It had comedy in it, but it was like sprinkled in there. Like Mission Impossible Fallout. I'm not saying that Mission Impossible needs comedy in it, but I noticed that comedy is like a lot more. I guess the word not punctual. You know what I mean. It was a little more noticeable in Fallout, especially with the skydiving scene with Henry Cavill, and he's like, your mask is all fogged up or something like that. He's like, you're running out. You're on low oxygen. After Ethan Hunt saves him, that cracked me up. The bathroom fight, before the fight scene in the bathroom, where Ethan Hunt, Henry Cavill are like trying to make a mask out of that guy in the bathroom stall, and like these four guys walk up to him. They think they're like giving the dude like a blowjob or whatever. That was so fucking funny. So yeah, there was like a lot more comedic moments in this movie. Or when Benji is telling Ethan to run through London, and he's like, oh wait, I had the screen upside down. Oh wait, I have it in 2D or whatever. So funny. I love, and then the helicopter chase. That was so fucking cool. It's like, you could tell it's real. It's not like Infinity War where it's all CGI and green screen. It's fucking real. So, Mission Impossible Fallout, very fun movie. Best movie of the year.